either silting or on the move. It's significantly more, much more dangerous, and honestly, it really hurts Rydia and Callum because you're probably not going to get enough experience to enable them to get effective.
That is really a fascinating way to play the game. Here we have an interesting divergence. Pedro heading into Cave Magnus to turn in that Twin Heart, and Soapbox Gamer taking the Tower of Battle from the underground, not having gone through. So we might see a keyless tower check from Soapbox Gamer. Did crack an egg. I wonder if he's looking at that Mac Giant grind as well, and saying, well, I want to, like what you said, get Rydia or get Rosa up to Blink to make the Mac Giant grind happen. And while we're doing that, might as well grab some experience and a possible key item check at the top of the tower. Pedro heading into the Dark Elf. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
This is really kind of an odd fight because it's the trap, or it's the monster box chest in the tower inside, which, I mean, it'll have a decent item, but it's not going to have like a great piece over here right now.
Oh, what? I missed that. Ryudo saying I had to reset the Siren fight. My bad. I'm sorry. I missed that. And Kedro losing the fight to the Dark Elf, meaning we are going to get some music from DJ Spoony B in just a moment, so we will duck out and give you a recap after all that's said and done.
Okay, we just finished, and we have a lot to talk about, so I don't necessarily like we had that music. Anyway, so lots of things just happened. Looks like we wanted to do the grind. Instead of doing the grind, we're opting to do the end, which isn't necessarily a bad idea. However, Judd and Phineas mentioned this in chat, and I think it was a bit of a mistake not to keep the Iridia down, but also knock Callum over as well. Neither of those two, we've already talked about, we are getting very, very close to our grind, our match night grind right now. There's a mechanic in the game called slingshotting that has been programmed into the free and and that is for any single fight, a party member who is up or more levels below the median party member level will gain double experience for that fight. Now, if you knock over both Iridia and Callie, well, everyone else gained enough experience. They would both be 5 levels under whoever the median party level would be. They both require a boatload of experience to enable them to get up to past new. I think knocking them both over during that fight would mean they both literally cutting your grind in terms of what you need. The median party member level will gain double experience for that fight. Now, if you knock over both Iridia and Callie, well, everyone else gained enough experience. They would both be 5 levels under whoever the median party level would be. They both require a boatload of experience to enable them to get up to past. I think knocking them both over during that fight would mean they would both get slingshot, literally cutting your grind in terms of what you need. Yes, they don't get experience for that fight, but they're not going to be useful during that giant grind anyway. So I think they both should have been first.
Well, could be a choice that makes the difference later. Soapbox Gamer also taking on Kainatsu at the Dark Elf spot, with Pedro finding a vanilla Octoman in the waterfall. Soapbox Gamer had a bit of bad luck trying to grind on a Chimera in the lower power battle and getting taken out of it. So unfortunately, has not progressed experience since we last checked in, and decided just to come straight to this key item check. But behind Kainatsu here is the Luca key, which does present another possibility for a grind in all those trap doors down in the sealed cave.
Yeah, I mentioned that they right to start the fight. Unfortunately, really, the thing that enables that is Rosa being able to cast the wall, which is already like a mid-30s spell. So unless you are completely eschewing the Magi grind, which honestly, with a couple of axe-wielding like Sid Kane, that should be pretty quick. I think that's going to be the slower decision right now.
Kidro is heading up Ordeals and is going to find that toading wyvern at the front. We'll see how that goes.
Worth noting, there's not a lot of pieces of gear that prevent Toad. I think the ribbon might be the only thing in the vanilla game that prevents Toad.
And the party is now Frog. Funny that a Toad and Cane can't jump.
Yeah, that seems a little counterintuitive.
And Soapbox Gamer is through Kainatsu and is going to get the Luka key.
And that time it missed all but Hallam. Wow.
It hit all but Callum, rather.
Yeah.
But Rydia can't land a curative Toad on Kane, unfortunately. And Kedril noping out of that fight before Wyvern starts throwing nukes around and just deciding maybe Ordeals is not the play at the moment. We still have plenty of options underground, so it's not a necessary play. 3 bosses for 1 key item and growth for 1 character we don't have and 1 character who's not in the scene. Or not in the flag set, rather.
That is an interesting point, you know, and it's something that some other runners and I have discussed. When you have Rydia in your party, does that prioritize doing Dwarf Castle more? Especially knowing, like, if you haven't found a decent summon up to this point in time, her growing up gives you a handful of random summons. Some of which, I mean, with, you know, bare minimum, you're looking at getting something that can sweep. Otherwise, you can get a Titan, a Leviathan, or a Bahamut just randomly in there as well. So I think it kind of incentivizes doing Dwarf Castle. If she's already up, she's already getting experience.
The Soapbox Gamer going back to crack an egg. Did I see a CPU orb bouncing behind the Dwarf Castle or Dwarf Throne on Kedril's side?
Yeah, you did.
Oh dear.
It's fine. It'll be slow, but it's fine.
CPU is generally doable regardless of where you find them, generally. Not universally, but generally. But yeah, it's never a fast fight. Though mind you, here it's only got 7,000 hit points, apparently.
Meanwhile, Soapbox Gamer does manage to finish cracking that egg. I did see Blink. Looks like Virus, Toad, and Quake on our Quake kit are unlocked.
That should make life a little easier. And we've got a Chocobo summon on Kedril's side, doing 200 damage.
Chocobo's doing work this seed.
And the Maze are doing fractional damage, meaning that it's not really particularly dangerous to any party at any time, unless you've got someone with a whole lot of hit points that you just can't heal fast enough.
Ninja Debugger has an interesting question about maybe swapping out the summons for other games. And while that's not something that I think anyone's currently working on, I'm going to plug our Discord server. Thank you for getting used to Ninja. Thank you. do have, because Final Fantasy 4 Enterprise is now in open development, there are kind of different members of the community that are reprogramming different forks in the randomizer. So if that's a project, if you're into the coding and want to take a stab at that, go over into our Discord. I believe it's going to be in the projects. Yeah, in the feedback and ideas and the tools and projects section for development. Give it a shot. See how much that changes the game or how much fun you have with it. There's a lot of really interesting ideas being developed by other members of the community. It may not necessarily be implemented in the base. 4.6 is where we're at right now. In the free enterprise randomizer, but a lot of folks are having a lot of fun with the opening style of the program.
Pedro having CPU down and just taking out the attacker, and Soapbox Gamer just starting his CPU fight. We will see what follows behind. This could be the big decision, and also we'll see another character, which will be nice for Soapbox Gamer. Well, depending on who it is, I suppose.
I was going to say, Soapbox does not have that fifth character yet. Meanwhile, Kedril does. Oh, there's our Mist Dragon. Bonus round. And our
Yang.
superior Yang. I love this. Look, you're getting rid of what?
Making it always dismissed Ridian for Yang. Just after she really picked up Titan and Sylph, I saw in that list.
Yeah, stabbed in the heart.
I wonder how our poor restreamer feels about that. Ridian Miller restreaming for us. I think personally I might have itched. I wonder how our poor restreamer feels about that. Ridian Miller restreaming for us. I think personally I might have said, but I'm not the experienced one. It's just this sort of me looking at that. I probably would have ditched Sid and tried to see. Is there experience after the second fight from this?
Yes, there's actually quite a bit of experience after the second fight.
I'm almost dropping Young down and trying to slingshot it later.
Young can do quite a bit with levels, but if he gets experience with these, I mean, he would be available for that grind. I think both runners are not. There's not a thought process that I can tell from the way both of these runners are behaving in terms of maximizing that grind potential. It's just kind of do what's in front of you and try to get it. The only thing in terms of key items that have unlocked any of these checklists is that darkness crystal. So personally, I think that's what we would be doing. But we do have kind of a double combo. We'll see if Dwarf Castle or the Mist Dragon turn in will give us any other key items for any sort of direction.
I have to say, the hand sprite that comes after fighting the Mist Dragon is one of the creepiest things. I mean, it's already creepy enough that Gomez gives us a hand, just has a hand crawling around. But that one with the colors of the Mist Dragon is eerie.
It's my favorite. It's honestly my favorite sprite.
And all we got from Lisa was a suit of dragoon armor that she was wearing around her neck. Full human-sized dragoon armor around the neck of a dwarf child. Those dwarf kids are strong.
Don't tell that to Final Fantasy IV fans for good. Worst character.
I've never tried the advanced support service.
Here's our mom check.
And the Mist Dragon will provide us with, drumroll please, the hello.
Okay, so that's two key items, or two objectives there. We do get to bring Pigtail, we get to turn in the Rat Tail as well. And if we want to launch the Falcon now, we can.
It comes from... Depends on how strong you're feeling if you want to go after that Masamune or not. You have to do 6 out of 8 goals and you need 2 more.
So the general consensus, and this is just good, smart routing here, is if you have an objective to do that does not lead to another key item, launch the Falcon, turn in the Pigtail, turn in Sand Ruby, or Mist, or Burn Village. So there's 4 different objectives that you can do. Wait to turn them into Pigtail, or they're going to be your final objectives. Because it's always possible for you to run into something where you get like 2 objectives done back to back, and you can dodge something that is a huge time sink, like launch the Falcon. Now here, we're going to turn the Pigtail in because we're already here. We're going to turn the Rat Tail in and nice power spike. But otherwise, it'd be like, yeah, hang on.
Just a white shirt behind the Pigtail, but it is an objective to turn it in, so well worth doing. And an Artemis bow, so no progression there, but a nice piece of equipment.
pulls that door grind as soon as she has access to wall, I kind of like it.
Well, now it's an open option for her. Looks like Kidro is going to go through Evelyn Kane. Soapbox Gamer right on his heels, grabbing the hook. We'll see if he makes the same decision.
I think turning in those tails out. Absolutely, is something that you do almost right away. Again, I'm not so sure about following it into the underground, but sometimes if you're a runner and there's a lot of things that you need to do, there's absolutely nothing wrong with saying I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let me clear my mind a little bit because I kind of auto.
We have talked before about the importance of having these moments, even these longer objectives where you can take a breath, you can make your way through them. It's not going to be too much of a challenge. You can reset if you need to refocus your thinking. Actually, depending on who's here, it might be a bit of a problem. Depending on who's guarding the tower. We still haven't done a grind. There's Edward. Hey, hello, Bard.
Ew.
And a red robe. Those dark elves or dark imps, right?
Those are the dark imps. They're a little punchy at that spot. They are worse at the king queen spot. So I would rather have them in the movie spot. We do have a movie calendar. I've not seen any illusions for sale in any of the shops yet, which would certainly make that a little bit easier. But we also have a quick who generally do lots of bad things to those guys.
And they also do not have boss protection, so if you have stone or fatal or even something like toad, you can make the fight a little bit easier on yourself. Instant kills or Soapbox Gamer also following behind Pedro down to Team Evelyn.
So interesting party difference here. Pedro opted to keep Sid, and in order to get the dog ditched with Rhea. Meanwhile, Soapbox Gamer did have access, so still has no one took the effort, of course. So one is a more melee focused party. The other is more balanced, I would say, with 2 black mages, 2 melee fighters versus 3 melee fighters and 1 black mage. It'll be interesting to see how that reflects the rest of the race. It does look like Kedro's at least still a little bit worried about the levels here.
So for any who don't know, When you use the Life 1 spell or a Life Potion, it revives the target with hit points equal to 5 times their vitality. All enemies have 0 vitality, and so when they are revived with hit points equal to 5 times their vitality, universally 5 times 0 is 0. So the enemy revives, it revives with no hit points, dies again immediately, and credits you with a second kill of the same enemy. And that is, in short, the Life.
Yep, something that is what helps enable a lot of these larger grinds that you hear a lot of folks talking about. We talk about the Demon Team grind, we talk about the Mac Giant grind. Anything that has an enemy that summons, summoners. There's even way back in the day, we even had a Klepper grind from the Silk game, if you can imagine that. There are some charts that you can get where you need to kill 36 of an enemy. You cut that in half down to 16, then you cut it in half again because you have 10 key items, so you can get 16 down to 8, and then if you slingshot, because that doubles again, you get down to 4. So you 4 enemies doing a leg glitch, double experience with key items, and double experience with slingshotting, you get the equivalent of 36 enemies dead.
We have both runners taking on Dark Elf and the King of King Edwin spot, basically neck and neck. Soapbox Gamer does not stop to take on those mad ogres. So we'll see again what difference a few levels can make. JP, if you thought doing math on stream is illegal, you have never seen my streams.
No, that's just nasty. It's not real math. I don't have a spreadsheet. I mean, technically, okay, I do have a spreadsheet in front of me, but that's because I'm leveling the transfers to 514 and have a barrel. So, separate spreadsheet.
It's not a spreadsheet for the stream. It's a different spreadsheet.
No, it's a different spreadsheet. Yeah.
And there's Dark Elf going down for Soapbox Gamer, who now steps into the lead, impeded only by a moment or two. We'll see how this Dark Game fight goes. Soapbox Gamer, I think, probably wisely going back to save. But don't need to do a heal here because this is the Rubicon spot, and Rubicon 14. Before you fight it. We're going to open with some Quake and see if that can deal with these monsters. And looks like he's going to try and do some stopping with Rydia. That Quake kid is doing some hefty damage. Oh, I misread. I'm sorry. It wasn't being stopped by Virus.
I love how we've gotten so much divergence, and this is one of those seeds where we really got a pretty early magma key. We also got a pretty early darkness crystal. Those are the kinds of seeds that lend themselves to really wide divergence, right? These two runners have basically been following each other in lockstep the entire season.
Yeah, the only functional difference being that Soapbox Gamer didn't go to the moon to find Sid. So we've got a different party composition, but the two of them have basically moved through the world in more or less the same way. Sometimes doing the same steps in opposite directions, but yeah, they're still neck and neck.
objective, but they are both very, very key. They have access to more with Crystal Sword and Masamune Altar. But otherwise, it's been kind of wide open. What, if you're a runner this season, you're in this season, what do you think of?
That is a good question. I mean, personally, again, I'm speaking from inexperience. I am probably going to see have a good point to survive that Dark Knight Cecil as well as the Montreal, and maybe head after the King of Town of Monsters. We have the Weird, which can provide a lot of experience through those trap doors. And it's a, I like to do checks near where I am too, just mind you, that's partly my ADHD talking. I don't really want to leave something behind that I will forget about and not come back and do later. So I think my thought is the items I need to close this game out. Yes, we have access to the Crystal Sword Altar and the Masamune Altar, as well as the other altars on the moon, but those are going to be tough fights right now, and they're not, they might hide the key items that we need to do, but they also might not. We have other spots that we can lay claim to, and so that's what I think I'd be looking to do. But again, I like to keep saying I have not played a Seed in years. I am by no means an expert at this. So we're seeing Soapbox Gamer do another run up the tower. So that, again, do the things that you're near. Even without the tower key, maybe there's something to talk about.
See, I really like this place from Soapbox Gamer. You save outside, you go to the top. I love the keyless tower because it is not nearly as long as you kind of instinctively think it is. You go up there, if it's a key item, great. If it's not, if it's a song, you can just reset out, and it's really not all that bad. It's a low magic attack, very close spot. You can usually get through it pretty cleanly.
So we have Pedro heading into the sealed cave, not taking the fight to the trapdoors. Which is just quite reasonable. It's just, I know there's a fair bit of experience there. And you can leave them, if you leave a whole bunch of them unopened, you can come back and get them later if you want.
See, that's why I'm a little bit, like, I like the Lizzie Cave check in the middle. We're at 8 key items right now, plus we have that Artie bow. Since we've already kind of committed to not doing the giant grind, I would probably try to hold off on doing the Lizzie Cave check until I have 10 key items. To try to get to that point where the door grind is more effective.
We have the Baron guards at the top of the Tower of Babel. Not too much of a problem for Soapbox Gamers.
Well, they are a little bit tricky. Luckily, we have a mute that we can cast directly.
There's the legend sword in the bottom of the sealed cave.
I think we also have a rune axe that we can throw on our chains. And those guards, we count as mages, so they are weak to mage, the mute knife, rune axe, arrows.
We have lunar dragons in a very fast evil wall spot.
That's not fun right at the moment. Luckily, you have Kane and Yang who can still do their physical damage without having to use the attack. Again, you do not want to use any sort of fight or berserk command on D-looters. They will start their counter script where they will cast Reflect on one another and then start bouncing viruses very, very quickly.
And at this speed in this spot, they're going to be real fast at destroying your party with virus.
That said, you probably enable to do the frog script, where after a few rounds, they have a script that casts breath against the party. That breath attack can be reflected to turn them into frogs, effectively rendering them useless. Stardust Rod from the top of tower. I think I'm resetting out of it. Honestly, yes, it's a fantastic piece of equipment, but
It's not too hard to get out of the tower. Soapbox Gamer, I guess, wants to hold on to that. With 2 black mages, it's probably worthwhile. They're coming to grab, but not actually land except on power. And there's a muted frog Callum trying to cast Quake on his own party.
you know, I've never been at this point in this particular fight where what happens after the breath and there's not frog.
I think they just start their script over again. Soapbox Gamer heads back to the surface of the blue planet and heading over to looks like the lunar whale. Gonna head up to the moon.
I think this is, I mean, we're still relatively low level. I think we might be in the low 30s right now.
I'm gonna check Cave Bahamut and see what's there. The D-Lunars are, not gonna check Cave Bahamut and see what's there. Little moment of indecision, perhaps. Heading back to the underworld.
That lunar just cast breath again.
Yeah, this one remaining D-Lunar is the fire is fractional damage based on the target's max hit points. So those characters with higher max hit points are taking a little bit more damage, and the speed of this thing is just brutal. Now that we're down to Kane and Sid, it is just going constant.
Swinging fast, and it counters everything with fire as well. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, here comes Wall and Virus. Okay, and we're through the D-Lunars. Soapbox Gamer now heading into the sealed cave, going to find the same problem down here.
Alright, so we're back and forth now. We're slowly. Meanwhile, I think it has a couple more levels to get through that, but it's still a nasty fight. But GG's to Kedril for getting through that.
It's not going to be fun. Xenocat pointing out that when there's one D-Lunar, they do throw Wall, but they won't start throwing Virus on themselves. Thank you for that script update. I appreciate it, because I don't know those things.
So at this point, here's the thing. We have 3 checks that we have not made still on the blue planet that we have access to. We have the King and Queen of the Summoned Monsters. We still have that Mount Ordeals, by the way, if we really want to try tackling that with her. Otherwise, we gotta go to the moon.
Yeah, there's also first Saw. That doesn't hold anything. The Earth Crystal. We're looking for that Earth Crystal anyway, because I think the Tower on the list.
Right, it would be fantastic to announce that. Zot 1 is, we're past our boss checks because we already have the defense.
Kedril now going to do the Tower Battle, looks like. Gonna start on Estrad at the top.
I think chat pointed it out. Like, yeah, we're going to do Keyless Stop the Tower on Kedril's side because we have a little bit of conversions. This is pretty easy. And we're back on the same path.
do the dealers respond differently to summons?
No, there's no specific counter script for summons aside from what you would normally see. You're hitting both of them with summons, so they both counter usually with fire. So you gotta be prepared. Fire, I think, is about 25% attack, so you gotta be prepared to lose about half of the health if you're going to be hitting both of them. Oh, they heal themselves as a counter. Why did... Oh, right, okay. That's right.
The Soapbox Gamer taking one of the Lunars out. Having that second Black Mage has made this fight a little bit faster, I think.
We have Rydia casting a Surge over there.
We're getting into the same ugly spot. Oh, that's where the difference is. He's using Rosa to use Cure 3 on those on the undead Lunar Dragons. So there's the extra damage. Unfortunately, the speed of these fire casts is just making it too dangerous.
Yeah, this is the danger of this particular spot. You did see the breath miss again.
And Soapbox Gamers through the Delunars. Pedro has minified the guards. Which does not stop them from minifying his own fighters.
Well, they can still cast. They can also use here for making.
Big headwinds through those guards. We'll see what he does with the Stardust Rock. Whether he keeps it or whether he just sets out.
I think, because both runners are setting out, part of it was the experience, I'm sure. Rosa looked like Lord so, we talked about the no XP flag. If you're looking for no experience and just having to open monster boxes for your experience, that float enables the Self Cave, which ain't a bad idea if that's the preferred way of getting experience. Meanwhile, Soapbox looks like going to come over here, ready to tackle King Queen F of Vanguard.
Dark Knight Cecil is in the king spot. Oh, we're turning around. The other thing clearing the Tower of Zot would do would give Rosa that exit spell, which would make some of these short entrances a little bit faster. I wonder if Soapbox Gamer is headed back to Ordeals, perhaps. Oh, maybe not. Headed to the moon this time?
Certainly looks like it. We are at an hour 10, and this is about the time in the race where if you've been doing any of the community asynchronous races that are out there, you start looking around and going, I feel behind. There's a dot that feels like it's coming here in the teens, especially with how much we got so early on. It does look like Kedril, though, likely pulling up the Mac Giant spreadsheet, going to be saving and resetting in order to start counting out and setting up that Mac Giant grind.
Well, with two subterranean altars on the to-do list, and really not wanting to go into those at these levels, seems like quite a reasonable thing to be doing. We have a karate standing in Bahamut's spot in the Bahamut cave, which looks like Soapbox Gamer is going to challenge.
I'm worried. I think this hits kind of hard here, if I recall.
Well, 1,400 damage in one hit to his double. But Rosa does have Blink. We'll see how bad the kicks are. Not too terrible. Survivable, certainly with that tier 3 on Rosa. It's those hits that are going to be the problem.
Yeah, so you're trying to get links up on party members. You got link up on. Yeah, that's rough.
I think you've got to prioritize Blink on this one. Keep those attacks down. Yeah, use Asura for healing. That works. 2/3 of the time, Asura is fantastic. This time, it's going to bring back two fighters who will die immediately to a kick, yeah.
Oh, even Callum took a high roll to that kick. Oof.
That feels doable to me. I think I'd give that another shot myself, but I can understand why you wouldn't want to. Like, I don't disagree with Soapbox's choice to go elsewhere, but... And again, I could be speaking from inexperience, but the numbers on that, with the speed, looked like it could be done. It might be real close, but it looked like it was at least doable.
I think the rough part about that particular fight, and Kendall's going to find it right there as well. If you're going in under level, you have to have really, really good luck on who is being taken out, because the first couple melee hits that aren't kicks are going to take out someone. Now, you are counting on them not hitting Rosa and at least one of your damage dealers in order to enable some blinks to get out, in order for a little bit of damage to get out, to try to get you to a sustainable level. Because you can kind of go, cure everyone, blink, cure everyone, blink. The problem is you already had really good luck on that one, and you still ended up getting high rolled on some kicks, and it ended up hurting you. So it looked doable, but I think that was probably a pretty good luck outcome anyway, from what we saw.
And Pedro not even bothering, taking a look at Yang and saying, I'm not doing this. So I think we're going to try look at a few of these altars. This is the Muramasa altar. Not on the to-do list. And there's Golbez.
No, reset out. No.
Too much damage to do.
Well, I mean, I don't know if this is necessarily the damage. I hate sitting through this cutscene for something that's not required. Personally, now, yeah, we're
But the experience, the experience too, for this one. Pedro going the other way, possibly checking on the altars on the to-do list. We'll see if Soapbox Gamer can get a couple of star bills up before Golbez starts tearing his remaining party apart. He gets lucky with his cane still active, gets that first star veil going. And now is just going to let Golbez do most of the work himself.
Yeah, you probably try to get at least Callum and Rydia up to get some experience.
Ooh, queuing up and losing it. Oh, good. Antlion at the ribbon rune for Kedril.
This is going to be an interesting fight. We have plenty of melee fighters who can do damage without fighting. The problem is, it still punches really hard.
The big question on Soapbox Gamer's side is, will Golbez do himself enough damage to end this fight before Starvale runs out?
I'm not quite sure the HP of this spot either, because you do have to eventually hit him when he runs out of HP. Otherwise, he can't just kill himself. And
we're still in this. Oh, no, not now. That's that. But also pretty quick there. But that one is not a requirement. It's off to the side, so maybe Soapbox Gamer can check. Other side now. Lunar Antlion doing a fair number over here on Kedrill's team. Though Blink is doing a lot of work.
there are just a lot of fights right now. We're having a Cecil moving back row cover or having illusions. Feels like it would be just make everything a whole lot easier. We got Antlion here. We have that fight over K value. Just a lot of real rudeness, honestly.
What character checks haven't we seen yet? We don't even know if Cecil's in here.
I mean, Zod. Zod's the big one, and Baron.
Yeah, Baron, Zod, we still need the Earth Crystal to get those two characters.
That being said, it looks like Kendall has this under control now. Rosa's blinking up, refreshing the blink of whoever has taken some hits. It looks like Kane's might have fallen off there.
Yeah, Rowdy Sniper, our tracker, suggesting that Silkback should slow things down to let Rosa set up would be a help. That is absolutely true. Also pointing out that doesn't think that either runners have seen those in a shop, and I believe that is also correct. We know where there are Starvales, but I don't think we've seen Silkwebs. The required crystal altar. Soapbox Gamer going to check it out, see what's hiding here in Wyvern Spot, Calbrena.
This is honestly fantastic because you have a couple of sweepers. I think a single quick, if you have some decent equipment, should be enough to take out all of these stalls.
Wyvern doesn't have a huge amount of hit points, if I remember correctly.
Not a huge amount, plus it's all split between the dolls. More to the point, those back row dolls, those blue dolls, do not have the boss spit. So if you tote them, you can stop them, you can tote them, you can do whatever, you still got
bad luck. Bad luck. I just missed the Toadcast.
Really, that was some bad luck with a low roll from the Quake, or at least a lower roll, because one of those stalls did die from the Quake.
And the other died the moment the young put fists to it. Meanwhile, on Kendrill's side, the Antlion is noped out of the Antlion fight. I was just about to say is Rosa seems to be out of late and things seem to be turning a little bit, but obviously they had turned a little bit more than I had known. Because Kendrill decided to leave that fight. Gonna try it again though. out of power and re-separated into the dolls.
Actually, that's a piece of tech that I didn't know, so I want to plug that. Changing your rods removes all of your fluff.
Getting a toad off this time and turning the two blue dolls into frogs. Taking a bit of a breather here to heal up. Now with those with the blue dolls being toaded, will they still recombine into Calbrina?
Nope, they can't do anything. Toad removes use all of your abilities, yeah.
At which point, this is basically a fight for Soapbox Gamer.
Yeah, dolls, while they were certainly intimidating in the original game, and they're one of the bosses I love to find in a kind of real awkward spot because they offer you